It's 2018, and Jimmy Barron is on the fast break and about to pull up and make his 10th three-pointer of the night and set a record in the Basketball Champions League for Neptunus Klaipėda.
And he hits it! What a finish to the game! How fitting! Another three-pointer for Jimmy Barron.
First thing, I'm going to need a cup of coffee, and then we're going to need to find out just who is this prolific shooting three-point ranger, Jimmy Barron.
Barron is loose. He's going to put it up. Go! 29 points in the first half for Jimmy Barron. Look at him. Now Barron, is anything you can do, I can do better? Yes, it is. Long three for Jimmy Barron. Barron, another three attempt is good. And from the corner, oh, Jimmy Barron. He's going to put it up. Go! 29 points in the first half for Jimmy Barron. Look at him. Jimmy Barron. Barron gets another chance for a three, and he hits it! What a finish to the game! How fit!
One name you never want to see on your scouting report is Jimmy Barron. Now let's go back 3 years in the Basketball Champions League for Neptunus Klaipėda. This guy scores a record of 10 three-point field goals. And I need to speak to somebody who was at the game. Yo, Jeff Taylor, how are you doing, my man? The voice of international basketball. Now, Jeff, this is very, very important. 3 years ago, Jimmy Barron from Rhode Island scores 10 three-pointers for Neptunus Klaipėda in game day 8 of the Basketball Champions League. What do you remember?
Yeah, Jimmy Barron, pretty early on, started putting the ball up, and he was hot. And sometimes when you look at players, you can see that they're just in a different zone. And you kind of felt like that was the case with Barron from the very beginning.
I don't know about you, but whenever I hear the name Jimmy Barron, I'm thinking 3 points or nothing but net. The guy is simply that good. He has that much range in his shot. But the story of Jimmy Barron starts in New England in the state of Rhode Island. Jimmy Barron played his university basketball at the University of Rhode Island, NCAA Division I. And in his 4 years at the University of Rhode Island, he was simply one of the nation's top three-point shooters. Game after game, Jimmy Barron let the world know that he was going to be a top professional basketball player. Now, I managed to catch up with Jimmy Barron, and not only is he a great three-point shooter, he's also a great guy. Let's give him a call. Ask him what it was like to play for Neptunus Klaipėda in the Basketball Champions League. Yo, Jimmy, my man, what's up? Jimmy, let me know, what was it like when you first moved to Lithuania to play for the great Neptunus Klaipėda?
People were very welcoming. It's like a small basketball town, you know, like Neptunus is the team. As in every city in Lithuania, because basketball is a religion there. Coach Adamaitis was, you know, really up-and-coming coach at the time. And, you know, someone that my agent especially thought I could relate to, because he was a former player himself, a shooter.
Yeah, he definitely was a great player, and he obviously is a great coach right now. But Jimmy, I guess going on to coaches, what was it like growing up with your dad, who also was a great basketball coach, and your university coach as well?
When I started high school, I had a really bad game my freshman year, and after that game, I went to him and I was like, listen, I need your help, you know, because I don't want to have this feeling I love this game too much. And after that, like literally immediately after that game was when he made the switch and became more my coach and also my father. So, and we literally went right to the university where he was coaching at and worked out.
Okay, so now let's fast forward a little bit, and it's game day 1 of the Basketball Champions League. What was it like going into that first game on the road?
First of all, it was a difficult trip to get down there initially. We had like a flight canceled. Then our bus that we had taken was late, and then, you know, that city is very difficult to get to. So we literally flew to Istanbul, connected, flew to Izmir, and then from Izmir, it was like a 3-hour bus ride to Uşak. Just tried to probably play that game more on the defensive side than the offensive side, just because that's a little bit easier to control. And luckily, we were able to come out with the win.
Tough start, you get the victory. Okay, but let's go to game day 2, and you're back at home, and all of a sudden, you start to light the gym up.
First half, we ran a play where they switched, and I was open for a slight second. I caught the ball, and I didn't take the shot. And immediately he took me out of the game. He's like, you got to shoot. I said, I didn't have the shot. And he's like, no, you had the shot. You've taken those shots before. You need to shoot it. You really have worked yourself into a role. You have the confidence of the coach, and now you just got to go out and do it.
Okay, so now going into game day 3, and if I'm Yuri Baskets Oldenburg, I'm thinking Jimmy Barron's going to be top of the scouting report. But again, you light the gym up. What went wrong for them in this game?
They didn't have their best defender on the court, Chris Kramer. So that was one big disadvantage. Oldenburg had that night, and luckily we were able to take advantage of it and come out with a win.
So eventually you guys are going to pick up your first defeat, and that happens on the road against Ventspils. But you're still taking three-pointers from no man's land. I mean, what are you thinking every time you pull the trigger?
I think that was more of like an offensive struggle for both teams, and we just couldn't get anything going. I know I had a switch, so anytime the big switches, I know that our 4 or 5 or whoever sets the ball screen in the first place has the advantage on the rebound because he's got my man on him. So take the shot.
Jimmy, now we go to game day 8, and this is where you set the record. 10 three-pointers in one night. I mean, what was going through your mind, three-pointer after three-pointer? And what was the defense like that night each time you made those trey balls?
Every basketball player has those situations where they get in a kind of like a zone. They call it a zone. Before you make any movement, you really want to get body contact. So if the body contact was coming to you, I look at that as an advantage. How important like a Vytautas Šarkauskas is on a ball screen, or a pass from Mindaugas Girdžiūnas or Martynas Mažeika, to be at the right timing, at the right position.
Now Barron, is there anything you can do I can do better? Yes, it is. Long three for Jimmy Barron. Barron, another three attempt is good. Corner, Jimmy Barron! He's gonna put it up, go! 29 points in the first half for Jimmy Barron. Look at him, Jimmy Barron. And he hits it! What a finish to the game, how fitting. Another three-pointer for Jimmy Barron.
So Jimmy Barron made history that night, making 10 three-point field goals for Neptūns Klaipėda in the Basketball Champions League. The guy had a passion from a very young age, and he was very fortunate to grow up in such a prolific basketball family. And if it's taught us anything, we're going to see more of him in the future. And just to let you know, if you're on the other team, your scouting report should have one name at the top, Jimmy Barron.